Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a best of 3. This is a brand new series, but it is the loser's match for Group C. So one of these players will be eliminated right here, right now, in this series. I'm Rifkin. I'm casting with Zombigraph for the Who's the Best European Tournament. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map. I would not have expected to see him down here, but we do have the red Protoss player from Neurosoft. Give it up for Welmu.
The bottom left has the green Terran. It's Inzane from Carnage Esports.
And of course, teammate of our buddy Namshar, who may or may not join us casting later today. I don't actually know. But I do want to give a shout out. Sorry, we missed it. I was doing the commercials and doing vetoes and all these other things. Sorry, guys, we're like adminning and production and etc. It's not an excuse, but Darian subbed to the channel. Big shout out and love to him. Make sure you guys, I think everyone already gave him a tissue clap, but why not just give him another more, you know, just be safe. But okay, Inzane versus Welmu. This is kind of a difficult one to call, mostly because I don't know a lot about Inzane's TVP. We got to see a lot of his TVZ during the qualifiers, and I mean, Welmu's just, he's kind of established in the European scene. People know him. They know he's a good player all around. I don't exactly imagine we'll see a lot of cheese this series. I mean, the 2-gate versus Mana was very Protoss versus Protoss specific. But as I say that, of course, there was a lot of weird games yesterday, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there was. There was definitely some upsets. So, I mean, if we're going along the trend as we were yesterday, apparently one was going to lose this, right? And go out first. Yeah,
like, apparently. I really don't know how to call things anymore, I feel. I've just given up.
We did bad. We did real bad.
Yeah, we did caster curses and other things, evidently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Waffle Stomper donates $5 and says, least I can do for the stream getting me through work on this Saturday morning. I'm sorry that you have to work on a Saturday morning.
That sucks.
But I'm glad you're able to find time to watch Bay Street TV. Not gonna lie. So Deadwing cross spawns will actually be pretty good, I feel. There's some cheesy stuff you can do on this map. We've seen some Terran players, specifically earlier today, and anytime you watch players like Supernova, rush out tanks, try and do the medevac drop behind these rocks, gas denial, blah, 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 blah. But Inzane doesn't strike me as the type of guy to do that. I would love for him to do that and prove me wrong, but I don't know, from his play stylings, he seems like one of those, and part of my phrasing in this is not negative, but the standard players rather than the players who play to the maps and such.
Maybe.
I mean, it's you take a player like MMA, you take a player like say Supernova, you take a player like Polt.
Well, yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
I'm just saying, like, there are some players like Polt, they play standard same way every time, and they can win. They're champions. They don't have to play to the maps. And there's some players like Supernova who play almost specifically to maps, and there's players like MMA who can do both. I don't know. It really depends on where you fall in that spectrum. It doesn't mean you're good versus bad because you do or don't. But personally, I feel like the players who can play towards the map are the ones who are going to have the best results every season.
Yeah, yeah. And for instance, guys, like Supernova, literally, like even without the horizontal spawns, he would totally do a build that like got a tank, and he'd fly it over to Welmu's natural. It's actually a fairly good build. I'm actually not gonna lie. It's not just him dependent. Of course, we're not gonna see that from Inzane. He actually goes ahead and just goes in 14cc. Or that was actually a Reaper expand. Might be. Reaper expand into 2 more barracks, which, as we talked about before, is just the most common thing to do. 3 barracks.
Nice snipe here in the probe. Possibly, maybe. Does go down.
Yeah, doesn't get the scout in the Twilight Council, though. Or did he?
Well, what I'm curious about is this little guy down here. I mean, this could just be for pylons and he's hiding it out so it doesn't get sniped, etc. But with this completing here, is it really going to be Blink on Deadwing? Ugh.
Yeah. So
you can hold Blink on Deadwing. It's just not fun.
You can, because there is actually 3 ways to come into this natural, right? There's the rocks, there's the front, and there's also the
up here.
Well, the main, right? So it is rather annoying. But all I'm reminded of is the guy that we herald as, like, you know, he didn't Protoss the Terran, and then he just Protossed it all up on Deadwing, DTs and a Blink Stalkers.
Oh, I can't remember who we were talking about for that, but yeah, Lilbo. Yeah, he went DTs into Blink Stalkers, full Protoss. You don't get more Protoss than that, if we're gonna be honest.
No, you don't.
Here's the thing: Inzane might not know this is coming. Like, we've got one bunker coming down, and this is typical. This is to be expected, if we're gonna be honest. But yeah. He may not actually know that it's a full-on Blink behind this, and if you don't have a bunker up on the high ground, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. We'll even see some Terran players go as far as to make tanks behind this, which, as weird as it is to consider, sometimes does work. But we're going to have a pretty quick stim. We're going to have Marauders possibly out, a lot of the timing is not going to pay towards medevacs, but if you can buy time to get them out, medevacs are what really are great at shutting stuff like this down.
Right, the usual way it goes is that you hold on, you hold on, you hold on, and then you have stim and medevacs, and then hopefully you actually push them back. There are some games where the Blink Stalkers still win, but those are pretty weird. But without knowing this is coming, even though you have 3 racks worth of production, you still need a couple of bunkers. It's better than like 2 racks, you know, obviously, but...
WTF for Team Liquid again. How many times do I have to tab out and relist this?
I feel like it's actually getting worse. Team Gravity keeps getting delisted as well. It's just like, it's breaking.
It's WCS Europe, guys. Tinfoil hats. Right?
Oh, tinfoil hat time. Yo, does he see this? Yeah, he sees it. Okay.
Well, you're gonna hear the rocks at the very least. I mean, even if you don't see it, you'll hear it. Yeah, this is really scary because he doesn't need to blink into the natural. You'll walk up to the natural, you blink into the main. Widow Mines are coming out, Concussor Shell's on the way. It is worth noting that Stim did finish, so this is already one nice advantage going forward into this. Oftentimes, Snare players will find themselves without even Stim for this attack. But even
there goes these Stims.
Yeah, that's the problem. Though. Even if you Stim, it takes away that health, and eventually that benefit runs out. And the health does not come back. SCV is getting ready to be pulled on top of the bunker. Really nice to start. Gets that mothership core. This makes this infinitely easier to hold. But he doesn't. And another Stim goes down within the time warp.
Yeah, Widow Mine also gets sniped off just in the nick of time. Marauder slow, probably not really going to help out. You know, staying on the high ground, maybe. Oh, there's a mothership, yes. Welmu looks like he's just going to win this one. He just took most of the army. He can just totally bypass the bunkers, which have the rest of the army.
Yo, that Marauder almost got like a triple kill before going down, by the way. Like, that guy was a hero. But yeah, there's too many Stalkers. The production's just going to overwhelm Inzane at this point. And while this was a valiant effort, the medevacs were so close to coming out. That medevac would have just been sniped by the bully Stalkers.
Yeah. Yeah, not enough bunkers, really.
Is he actually going to turn the ground maybe with 3 Marauders out in the SCV pool? I mean, he's still, I feel, dead in the water because he's lost so much to this, but...
really good blink control.
Yeah, Welmu barely losing this. Yo, it's so weird watching projectiles go over top of these cliffs, like, because they try to hug the ground or whatever. Like you know, in Star Wars when he shoots it into the Death Star, it like curves at the last second. Like that's exactly what this looks like.
Oh, Blink's on top of the Marauders. It's pretty bad, but that's exactly what Welmu needs to do. It's 16 supply for Inzane. Oh, now down to 10. The Manor Mule and the loss.
GG. Welmu will take game number 1.
It's who's the best European as well as WCS Europe. So which one is really proving it?
Well, ours is just a goofy name. I mean, we're not sitting here like objectively saying this is the best European. There is no questioning it, etc., etc. I mean, it's a fun name, guys, that we just decided to run with. So.
Be right back.
Okay, well, you BRB, map number 2 is going to be Overgrowth.